Hello all, Izul here, back with another video. Today's rune guide is going to be on Hua, and she is a Rakasha, or that translates into demon / man-eater from Hindu mythology. And we're going to be going through her early game runes, mid game runes and late game runes. We're also going to go through her best stones and what each stone does, and we're going to also go through the best team ups for her. Now, if you follow me through the rest of the rune guides, I very much appreciate all your help. We've been doing this for a year now, and I really do appreciate every like, comment and subscribe that you do. So I just want to thank you all for that. Now, let's move on to Hua's attack. Hua's attack is called Burning Whip. She attacks the enemy with the lowest HP to inflict damage, burns the opponent's summoner's magic by 2 if the enemy gets defeated from this skill. So, in battle terms for the Lost Centuria, she is a bit of a sniper as she takes out the lowest person. And that will be key to who she teams up with later on. But before we go and do that, let's move on to the early game runes. So starting with the early game runes then, the best of runes to equip Hua is the Fatal rune. This gives her 15% extra attack, and as she's attacking monster predominantly, this will help her boost her effectiveness early game. So Fatal is the one you want early game. Let's move on to the mid game. So landing at the mid game point then, you've now unlocked the majority of the runes. The runes you now want to equip Hua is the Rage, which gives her an extra 25% crit damage, and the Swift rune, which lowers her mana cost by 1 for the first time you use her skill. So this drops her from a 4 mana to a 3 mana on your first attack. And for the crit damage, just want to make sure the substats you have on the purple runes you are now using, you make sure you have enough crit rate and attack power on them. And because she attacks multiple times, this is why Rage is good, because the more times you attack, the more chance you get a crit, and every time you land a crit you get more damage done. So this is why Rage and Swift is the best for mid game. So let's land at the late game. Okay, landing at now the late game, there are 2 sets of runes you could go from here. So set number 1 would be the Vampire, which gives you 25% health back proportion to the damage you deal to the enemy, and Penetration, which gives you an extra 10% damage penetration to the enemy. Now this is good because she attacks multiple times, so you get healed multiple times, which is why Vampire is probably one of the best ones to equip Hua with. However, there is set 2. This requires a little bit more speciality on the substats, but it is violent, which gives you 30% card return, and again the penetration giving you the 10% damage penetration. Now this works in the fact that you can hit the enemy, get the card back and hit the same enemy again, finishing them off, or if your first one finishes them off, you have her in your hand to deal damage to the next lowest person. But like I say, with this violent rune, you don't have to make sure you have good crit rate, good crit damage and high attacking substats on there, just to maximize the usefulness of Hua there. So let me know in the comments below which one you prefer, and if there's any others I've missed throughout all the stages of the game of runes, please let us know, because I'd love to hear all your feedback. Without any further ado, let's move on to the stones. Okay, so the stones for Hua then, if we go through them in rarity order, so we're going to start with the green stone. This additionally burns the opponent's summoner's magic or mana by 1. So if you defeat an enemy with Burning Whip, so instead of taking 2 mana when you defeat someone, it now takes 3 mana. Now this is a great effect for a green stone. It's very powerful, and if you do get it early on, then it's definitely worthwhile equipping it to her. Next we have the purple rune. Now this decreases the mana cost of Burning Whip by 1. So she goes from a 4 mana cost monster to a 3 mana cost monster all the time. And if you have Swift on, that will drop down to a 2 mana cost monster for the first time you use it, which is always beneficial to get that early attack off. And then we've got her legendary stone. Now this is a passive ability. It increases the number of attacks by 2 with a 75% chance when using Burning Whip. So it have 70% chance of doing an extra 2 hits. So this is clearly the best one to have late game, especially whether you have Vampire or Violent on, because you get to heal more or you get to do more damage. So in my opinion, the legendary one is the best one to go for, and I'm super jealous if any of you have it. Please give us a thumbs up if you do have it, just so we know how many people have got the gold. And let's move on to the best team ups for her. Right, moving into the best team ups for Hua then. So I suggest your best team ups to go with Heart are the rest of the sniper guys. So these are the single target guys. So you've got Jean, who attacks the highest attack person on the field, Ragdoll for the person who used their last skill, and now you've got Magnum, who selects a target different every 3 seconds. And then you do have the Fire Monkey Man. He attacks the person with the lowest HP. However, the other 3 guys are better snipers than him. And then my second suggestion for Hua would be some of the backline killers. So these are the guys who just attack the backline and then following up with Hua just to kill them. So you got Wadam and Nikki for that job. They're also quite good partners for her. So now you know. You now know the best runes to equip her for early, mid and late. You know the best stones to equip and what they all do, and also what the best team ups for her. I'd love it if you could smash the like and subscribe to me, because I'm going through all the monsters in Lost Centuria and I don't want you to miss any of them. If you have missed any of them, just here, click on the top right here and it'll show you all my rune guide lists. So stick around and watch some more of those. Thank you very much.